Digital 410 Productions proudly presents the Waterman and D-Train Show.
Digitized live from the ACT Computer Studios in Cape Coral, Florida, it's the Waterman and D-Train Show.
What's up, everybody? What's up, OG5? We're back here in the ACT Computer Studios in Cape Coral, Florida on this cold-ass day. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, dude. Doing good, man. How about you, Gordon?
I'm doing great, guys. I am doing great.
Very good,
What's
very
up?
good. Very good.
So what happened, Dave? Where were you? You're running late. People are waiting.
Well, yeah, I know, man, and I apologize about that. I've been doing some painting, helping this guy kind of restore his house, and I don't know if the cameras can see,
Yeah, we can see you.
but I got paint on my hands.
Looks
and
like you
stuff.
got spackle in your hands.
Yeah, it's kilts. The primer.
That shit's nasty.
Yeah, well, you know what? Real quick, this guy, one coat typically is good enough. This guy wanted to put 2 coats on the entire, obviously outside of the house, man. And, it's stucco. Obviously, the stucco sucks it up, man. But I was like, 2 coats, man. 1 coat should do you just fine,
Didn't you guys put any primer on there?
That's what I'm saying. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it
It'll
is.
Yeah, it's actually used to help cover over some stains and
Exactly.
markings and other shit you don't want there.
Exactly. So, and it helps when you do go to roll the house or spray it, whatever you're doing. It does help, the paint stay better and last a little bit longer. Having that on the background there. But yeah, so been doing that and doing the inside of the gentleman's home. So it's a lot of work. This guy's remodeling his place, man. And I was like, I'll give you a hand, buddy. No problem. A little extra side cash. Why not,
So what'd you have going on this weekend?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Dude, bro, man, I had Bacon Fest. Bacon Fest.
What exactly goes
was-
on at Bacon Fest?
I can tell you this much. There wasn't no bacon.
What do you mean? There's no bacon at Bacon Fest?
There, I did not see what it was.
Well, did you smell bacon at Bacon Fest?
Nope. Didn't even
What?
smell bacon at Bacon Fest, man.
You did not
I
smell
figured.
bacon.
Now, I didn't see the hot dog stand. You know, how guys, people roll, wrap bacon hot dogs, right? I didn't even
Sounds
see
like
those.
a faking fest to me.
Yeah, I didn't even see those. But all in all, it was a great event, man. A lot of tacos and Italian street food and a lot of food trucks, no doubt about it. But
I was under the impression that the whole point of Bacon Fest is they're going to have a bunch of different products all wrapped in bacon.
that's what I thought. That's what I had, envisioned. But everything that I saw, no, really, that didn't see much bacon at all, man.
I'll tell you what, if I went to a bacon fest and there's no fucking bacon, I'd be wanting my money back.
Well, you know what? People had a good time. It was about the music, getting out at the park, and kind of hanging out and enjoying the afternoon. So, all in all, it was a great day, man. Great day. A lot of Completely Unchained was there, man. Those guys just jam. The Van Halen tribute band.
Yeah, buddy.
Those guys get it, man. And but other than that, it was beautiful, beautiful weekend. I did see a lot of I guess, yeah, I can say it, man. Just open marijuana smoking going on now. It seems to be more acceptable. I don't know what's happening. It's the first time I've seen it witnessed it in public like that.
Well, now that we have medical marijuana here in the wonderful Sunshine State,
Yeah.
people aren't as concerned with hiding their habits.
True.
When I go running around my neighborhood, I'll run all the way out to Kismet, and then I'll run down Del Prado,
Right.
all the way to Diplomat. And as I run around the neighborhood, about every third street, someone's back on their back porch or front porch or side yard, somewhere blazing it
Right.
down.
Catching whiffs.
Because you can smell it more prevalent,
Yeah, right.
prevalently,
Yeah, there you
more than you used to could.
Yeah.
I'm sure Gordon smells it everywhere in Vegas.
Yeah, you gotta.
You do. It's not as much as you would think, though.
Really?
Although it's funny, it seemed for a while there you'd smell it going by cars, and I'm like, Dude, that's still a way to get
But
pretty.
that's what I was going
Yeah.
to say. I'll be running down Del Prado and people roll by me in their cars and you smell it. It's
Just-
like you can just because you have a medical card, you can still get pulled over
Yeah,
and get
man.
driving under the influence.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like drinking and driving, right? If you got an open deal
Yeah.
beer and you're sipping off, it's the same deal. You're getting altered.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely.
so fucking tired.
But it was a good show. It was a lot of fun, man. There was a lot of people, so that was really cool. And you know what?
But no bacon.
No bacon. But you know what I thought
That's
about while I'm
fucking
sitting
lame.
there?
That you wish
Is-
you had some
What do you
bacon.
think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I would have.
I'd be like, damn, man. I really wish I
I've
had
been
some,
running around yelling, "Where's the fucking bacon?"
some damn bacon. But no, the food was all good. Everybody had a good time. One of the things that I did get a kick out of, though, is I thought, the jail is right there. You know what I'm saying? D-Train, right there at the park, right?
The jail. What park was this at?
At Riverside, excuse me, downtown Fort Myers, okay? So the
The
jail...
River District.
Yeah, the River District. And I saw a bunch of runners cruising through, too,
Yep.
by the way, using the facilities. But
You mean the homeless house?
Yeah. And well, I'll get onto that one here in a second. But
Dude, they're all over the place, man.
yeah, they are. I noticed that a lot of them, a whole bunch of them were out there, like just hanging out, listening.
Well, they
to the
live under
tunes.
that. They all hang out under that giant gazebo down there.
Mhm.
And I remember when I was out running on Father's Day, it was one of the few occasions where, and I told a story in the past where I had to
Yeah.
take a shit.
Oh yeah,
And that's when I
right.
found the porta potty in front of the new building, but it was all padlocked up. And when I went into the restroom right there by the giant gazebo, there was
Yeah.
a cat sleeping in front of the door on the inside, so that when you
That's
open the
right.
door, you would hit his feet and he would wake up in case someone tried to roll him.
Oh my God.
And I went to the stall because, well, first I went in there first and I saw him and I thought, well, as a courtesy to my fellow man, I wasn't going to blow the bathroom out with the dude trying to sleep there.
Right,
and that's when I
right.
went and looked for a porta john that I knew was down there, but
Yeah.
unfortunately it was locked up. And when I came
Hold
back,
on,
For that
hold
reason.
on.
yeah,
You think anything you could have done could have smelled worse than the dude sleeping there?
I don't.
You might have had a saltwater bath, man, or a brackish water bath, maybe.
Yeah, you
I
could have
don't
jumped
know.
in the old loose and snatchy river.
Yeah, man. The old loose and snatchy is right.
And so I, once I discovered that the porta john was locked up, I went
Yeah.
back over there, and the guy whose job it is to clean a facility,
Maintain, yeah.
I started. The women's restroom was open, and I was kind of leaning in to see if there's any feet in there because you can see under a stall, and there was no
Sure.
feet. And as I was starting to head in there, because by the way, when it comes to restrooms, especially if it's a single unit stall in 2020, if the men's room, like at a gas station or Starbucks, is full, I will identify as a woman and go use the women's restroom.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna go use the women's room. And the guy's like, hey, that's the ladies' room. And I was
Oh,
like,
God.
I was like, well, there's a cat sleeping in there. He's
Yeah.
like, well, it's safe to go in there. So I went in there, and there was shit all over the toilet.
Oh.
And so, needless to say,
Bull.
the guy whose job it is to clean it wasn't cleaning it. And so I ended up running the 3 miles back to the Publix on First Street
Yeah.
and using that restroom because I wasn't about to sit on some crazy wayward dumpings.
No, hell no.
What's up, Morgan
hell
Long,
no.
OG5? What's up, Bill Howard, OG5?
Yeah.
Morgan Long's excited about the new cameras.
Right on.
They're not really new
Stoked.
cameras. These are my GoPro-ishes. These are my fake
Yeah.
GoPros that I've had a while. And we did a little study last week because, we were contemplating maybe, not doing the live stream so much,
Yeah.
maybe doing it every other week. But then due to the poll, now granted, only 20 people voted because, the thing about Facebook is if people don't constantly interact with that page, it no
Yeah.
longer shows up on their feed and other people were busy. But anyhow, it was like split 45-50 that half the
Right.
people consume this podcast through by
Live.
watching the
They're
video on
checking it
YouTube or on
live, yeah.
Facebook. And so I was like, well, there goes the concept of maybe just streaming every 2 weeks because we don't want to lose
Right.
our crowd. But by the way, if you guys don't want to watch it on video, you can download it not only at d-410.com, but you can find it on iHeart Radio. Well, you know what? You can find it where any podcasts are available, but we're just going to say you can find it on Apple Podcast and Stitcher and Google Music Play, but you can get it everywhere. And so if you can't watch it on video, please download it and please share it with your friends, and we'll enjoy the numbers and all that good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. So real quick, I just want to finish up. So the bands are jamming, loud, rocking, and I'm sitting there and I looked over and I'm like, the jail's right there. I was like, you know what? It's that loud. I wonder if they can hear it inside the jail right there.
I'm going to make a very controversial statement.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
What's the population of the people in the jail who are fans of Van Halen?
well,
How many 1980s
That's true.
rockers and hairband aficionados are locked up in the holding cell of the jailhouse waiting to go to court before they're sent off to either release or to prison for long terms?
Yeah, but I was sitting there thinking, going, you know what? They're getting a little bit of, if they're bored, they've been sitting there, they've got nothing, and they can hear a faint,
I'm sure they enjoyed it more than when they have
about
Celtic
love.
Fest and it's just a bunch of bagpipes and shit like that.
So, anyways, I'd be interested in knowing if anybody's been in jail during a concert there at Riverside, and if they've heard it while they were in there, man. I hope somebody would text in, let us know.
Yeah, if you've ever been in the holding cell in the downtown Fort Myers way, and you want to tell us about it, if you ever heard music, give us a call at 239-232-4419. And if you're watching, just give us a call anyhow and let us know what you guys did this weekend.
Yeah, man.
I spent the weekend up in Lakeland, Georgia, a town of 3,000 people.
Whoa.
Very, very small town. We're actually at a Boy Scout camp called Camp Patton, and we're doing a reenactment for the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh, cool, man.
And the cool thing about this event, because it took place at a Boy Scout camp and it's a bunch of acreage, we were able to do what we call a tactical event and plus a public event. So for like the first 4 hours, we were out in the woods doing our own thing.
Right.
And then for like an hour, we did a little battle in front of the public. And then I got there Friday night, and it got down, I think, 42.
Damn.
Now, all the Northerners making fun of me. Well, that's not cold. Well, fuck you. When you live in a place that's 80 degrees, 90 degrees every day, and then all of a sudden you're... Now, I'm not sleeping in a vinyl enclosed tent.
Right.
I'm literally sleeping under 2 pieces of 75-year-old canvas on a stick, sleeping on the ground with a 2-inch gap between the bottom of the canvas and the ground. And so it's not exactly like sleeping in modern-day tents and all that. I'm not in a sleeping bag. I'm laying on the ground under 2 or 3 75-year-old wool blankets in a uniform. So it's not like leisure sleeping in a mummy bag in a vinyl tent that's completely zipped up and conserving body heat. I'm basically home for the night. I'm sleeping under 2 pieces of canvas on a stick pegged down with some rope.
Whoa, bro. Was it cool though? I mean,
it was a great time. The sad thing, I took all my equipment, right?
I saw that.
And I met a cat who he's 31. He just retired from the Army, and he's getting back into reenacting. And I got to set up all my gear.
Yeah.
I said, shit, let me go get my microphones out of my truck.
Uh-oh. What?
They're sitting right here in the studio. Because before we got these new mics, I never had these cool carrying cases.
That's true.
And so in the past, I would just put them in Crown Royal bags and put them in my book bag. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to go due to my workload until like I got up at Friday. I actually went to work on Friday. I didn't get out of here. I didn't clear my schedule and hit the road until 1 o'clock.
Damn.
And so luckily I cut my hair, dyed my hair, and I didn't even shave until I knew I was going. And I had everything in here, and I'm running around, and I left the damn microphones here.
Oh, man, that sucks.
What's even more embarrassing, right? So I find this, it's at a Boy Scout place.
Yeah.
And there's a concrete slab with a roof, restrooms, and above the restroom is 2 little bunk houses with about 4 or 5 bunk beds. And they have power, and so, well, that's where we're going to set up. So I go up there, and there's a guy I'd never met before. He's like maybe 30, and his wife, she was doing French resistance, and he was doing Army. But this was after the event and before dinner. And I'm setting up all my stuff, and I get out and find my microphones missing. And his wife looks at me, and she's like, "Are you the guy from the World War II podcast?"
No, that's cool, man.
I was like, yeah, I'm the guy from the World War II podcast who left his fucking microphones 350 miles away.
Oh.
And the other embarrassing part is the guy I was interviewing, right? Basically, I do a bunch of different impressions. I got an 82nd Airborne. I'm not going to bore everybody with this. Yeah. But I was talking to this guy. He lives in Tampa. We were talking about getting an 82nd Airborne thing going. And he's like, well, how do you feel about doing research? You know, a lot of people don't research their impressions. They just like to put on uniforms, come out here, play it.
Go, yeah.
And I was like, well, that's funny. That's one of the things I talk about on my podcast is how to improve. He's like, are you that Don Abernathy guy from that World War II based podcast?
Twice.
And I was like, yeah. And I reached in my bag and I handed him a sticker and he looks at me, oh, you are that guy. And so the guy I was going to interview was excited to meet the guy from the podcast, but I'm such a fucking amateur. I left my microphones in my studio.
That is embarrassing.
So luckily for me, they were just 2 young cats and not actually somebody who was a World War II vet, because I was hoping to go up there. Because last year I went up there, and there's a nice lady. She's like in her late 90s. Her name's Nell Rockmore. Now, this is a town of 3,000 people. Her and her husband basically owned all the property in this town.
Damn, all right.
They relocated, like 1990, they relocated a school that was built in like the late 1800s, like flatbed moved it.
Oh, damn. That's
they
bitchy.
own a 1,000-acre swamp. That's how much money they got.
Holy crap, man.
There's a book around here.
Yeah.
They publish a book about their family. It's like that thick, color, hardback. Whenever a grandchild's born, they republish it again. And so last year when I was interviewing her, she was trying to tell not only the story about her, but about her husband's activities in the war.
During the war, yeah.
But obviously she couldn't remember all his
exploits, in a way.
But she gave me a copy of the book. And there's 2 chapters on him that he wrote himself. And so I picked out like 8. Whenever she would talk about something in the interview and then didn't know the I would find it in the book. I sent Gordon the transcripts, and he voiced over it, speaking like the part of her husband.
Yeah.
And so I was able to edit it all together and all that stuff.
Man.
And so she was there again, and she was super excited. But yeah, it was embarrassing as shit. I ran into like 3 people who were, oh, you're the guy from the podcast. You left your microphones at home, you stupid
You
dumb
couldn't
fuck."
even blame it on an intern or blame it on a producer.
No. That was just that was. But you know
didn't
what?
Even say, God damn it, Dave.
No, seriously, no. But you know what? I don't think a lot of people understand how much gear and preparation you put into doing these things.
Yeah, Dave was very
you do
baffled. He just walked in my garage, and after these events, I have to air out all my stuff, and I try to keep my garage nice and clean, but all my shit's just laying out there right now.
You do. You've got
literally a truckload.
Yeah, you've got a lot of gear that when you do these events, man, you are definitely hauling around a bunch of stuff, man.
So you saying it's looking like an Army Navy surplus store from the 70s?
It's getting there. It's getting there, man. It won't be much longer. Another year or so, man.
Well, I acquired 2 new crates, but that's neither here nor there. Gordon, let's do that thing we were talking about, because we got quite a few people watching. Let's give them something worth watching.
That thing right here?
About.
Oh, dude.
So Dave is the only person I know to have ever taken the 1-chip challenge.
Yes, sir.
The Pocky Chip 1-chip challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think those single chips cost like $20 a piece.
Yeah, for that one.
And Gordon reached out to me about a week ago and said, hey, man, I'm seeing that they're selling Pocky chips in the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Now, clearly, these aren't going to be the same, because you can't take the risk of putting a super hot chip in a potato chip aisle where anybody can consume it.
Yeah, get a kid. Yeah,
so this isn't going to be some, hey, I'm going to make you eat this whole bag of chip thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a, hey, you're the only guy I've known who's had the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
Let's compare these to that.
Okay, yeah.
And see how watered down they are.
I would love to, yeah.
But what we're going to do is, because we're simulcasting, Gordon has a bag, and we're all going to try it at the same time.
Sweet.
So this isn't us trying to make you puke or anything like that.
Don't worry.
This is us giving everybody an honest account. And once again, you know me, I don't eat a lot of hot stuff.
No, yeah.
And so I'm going to be the control group.
Okay.
Because I don't like a lot of hot stuff. I'll eat mild hot sauce.
No, you do.
Gordon likes hotter stuff.
Yeah.
And then you've eaten the devil's asshole, so you like it real hot.
Yeah.
And so I figure I'd be the control group.
Okay.
Gordon will be the guy who likes hot shit. You're the guy who likes insanely hot shit. And we can give everybody an honest opinion.
Yeah,
so
let's give it a shot,
let's get crack these open, Gordon. Let's get a whiff, see how they smell.
Yeah, whiff those bad boys.
I've never had anything like this before.
Really?
I'm telling you right now, this is not going to be hot, because they don't even smell, dude. I don't even,
really?
They smell like Doritos.
Hold on.
There's no usually, usually be like a kick in the nuts. Now on the back it says they're hot.
Mm-hmm. Obviously.
It says freaking hot.
Which means they're mild.
These are the Haunted Ghost peppers, real real heat, 280 calories per serving.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the whole bag.
Yeah.
Now, we have a little contest bag. Gordon has a regular one. We have win the 1-chip challenge. 1 in 10 bags win. See the back panel for details.
Sweet.
But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and take one of these.
Yeah, I'll grab one. The one that I had gotten, remember, it came in like a case and everything. Remember
was that one? Now, these are, looks like ghost peppers. Was the 1-chip challenge, was that a ghost pepper, or was that one
Reaper.
Carolina Reaper?
Carolina Reaper. Okay.
Yeah, that was a Reaper. All right, man. I'm just going to take a quick look here. Boom, 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 boom.
They don't smell like they don't smell any hotter than chili powder at all.
Kind of smells like chili powder.
Yeah, but for example, usually when you're doing those hot pepper things, just the smell alone will make your eyes
Oh
water.
yeah, that one that.
And obviously touching them would make your fingers burn. Once again,
Yep.
we knew this because you wouldn't sell something that hot in a gas station next to a
Yeah.
bag of Doritos because you're risking somebody never not knowing what they're getting into.
Yep, exactly.
And so-
right there.
So let's give it a shot.
All right,
Ready?
here, man. Sit those down.
Here we go.
All right, boys. Ready? Oh man.
Tastes like a Dorito.
Yep.
It is a little warm.
Little ramp up on you.
Yeah, it's not bad so far.
It's getting a little hot.
A little heat in the palate.
Dude.
Would you say it's
Yeah,
hotter
a couple
than
more.
crushed red pepper that people put on their pizza?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
maybe a
bad.
tad.
Now, Dave's on a second chip. I've only taken 2 bites. I am
I'm on
saying
my
it,
third.
it is getting a little hot.
They warm up.
I was probably dumb if all 3 of us do this and then we can't talk because then the podcast's going to end pretty fucking quickly.
I'm getting the hiccups now.
Actually, they're tasty.
They're not bad. Now, once again, I'm not a heat guy. It is a little warm.
Woo.
I could see if you consume the whole bag, you'd probably get pretty hot.
Yeah, we'll pay for it later.
Yeah, a couple of those gave me some hiccups.
It's not uncomfortable. It's definitely a little warm. I don't know if I'd want to eat more than 2 or 3 of them. Me personally, just because I
Maybe.
don't like when I don't like hot wings. I don't like food that makes me sweat.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm getting a little sweat on the top of the head.
Yeah,
Not
you
too
know,
bad.
it's not bad, man. I could see, a nice bean dip with them.
I will say my
Yeah.
mouth is getting a little numb.
Oh,
Just a little bit. But my eyes are not watering. But I've only had one.
Yeah. It's taking me a second here.
Your eyes look like they're glazing over a little bit, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really not experienced. Now, once again, if I ate 4 or 5 of them, it'd probably get hotter and hotter. Gordon looks like he's getting a little warm. How many? Did you eat 1 chip or 3?
About 4 or 5.
4 or 5 chips?
No way you just ate 4 or 5.
I can feel it on my lips a little
Did you?
bit. My
Oh,
lips
yeah,
are
you'll feel-
tingling.
Yep. It's
Not too bad.
Those aren't. Now that's not a bad chip.
That's a livable.
I'm feeling it in the esophagus.
Now, do you think you could consume the whole bag?
Could I? Yeah.
Would you consume the whole bag not on a bet? For fun.
Like just to kick back and like I'm driving down the road and I want a bag of chips.
Yeah, or you're enjoying lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
You know
Or
what?
still eating them.
I could if I had like I said, I would like to have like some salsa with it or something. I think it'd be great with salsa. I really do.
Let's see what this says on the back.
Even a little queso.
Or, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Let's see here.
But yeah, I like hot stuff, man. But yeah, I'm warming up a little
Find
bit.
your hidden code.
But it's
Gordon, mine's all amped up about this win the 1 chip challenge. What does the back? So mine don't have a lot of stuff on the back of the bag. What does yours say?
We're bringing the heat, and it hurts good. So good, do you dare? Just 100% ingredients.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Now that we
got
ask
the,
him to do something, his microphone's fucking
It's got
breaking
the
up.
little
Yeah, no
little
doubt.
meter on the back of it right here.
Yeah, I see the little
Pretty much it.
little Scoville meter.
Gluten free.
Mm-hmm.
No artificial
Gluten-free,
ingredients.
non-GMO.
Non-artificial flavors. Certified vegan. There you go.
And no, yeah.
No preservatives. I don't know what the U. It's almost like the Underwriters Association
Right.
logo.
Right.
I tell you what, just because
They're not bad. They're not
I don't want
bad.
people thinking I'm a complete pussy. I'll eat one more, but
No, I'm
I
good.
don't think it's an enjoyable
I just want-
snack.
No, this isn't something that I would I go in search of.
I had to go in search of because the damn gas station didn't have them anymore.
Wow.
I found it on the way back from Georgia, so I'm not sure which gas
Huh.
station I bought it from.
Not bad, man. I mean, it's not a. You know what? It compared to that other chip, the heat subsides a lot quicker with these. That one that I had. I mean,
Well, the one that you had, you're basically signing a disclaimer by tracking it down
Yes.
on the internet, looking for it.
yeah.
You can't sell that in a gas station next to a bag of Doritos because somebody
Yeah.
might pick it up not realizing it's ridiculously hot.
Yeah, these things. Yeah.
Oh, imagine rubbing their eyes after that.
My
Oh,
lips are definitely numb.
Yeah, you're.
The top of my mouth is getting hot,
Yeah, I built up some saliva.
and I can feel it in my
Yeah.
throat a little bit, but it's not. It's
They're
definitely
not
not
that
something
bad.
like you're going to have like a fraternity thing, unless you make somebody eat like a whole case of them. But even that, I
Yeah.
don't think. I think it's. I think it's going to be you can only get so hot. I don't think it's going to,
No.
So if you like ridiculously hot food, go out and
Which
get it
I
just
do.
for fun. I mean, it's $1.89 for the bag, so it's not like it's super expensive. And
yeah, man, give it a
Not
shot.
shabby.
They're really not that bad. And like I said, I bet you with some queso, Gordon, just like you said, some queso or something, that'd be cool. That'd be really good. That'd be really damn good.
Real quick, I want to say happy birthday to my daughter. Today was her
Oh.
22nd birthday. She was over here a little earlier. You can
Happy
get some
birthday.
cake before you leave if you
Woo!
remember.
Hell yeah, I'll take some cake to go, brother. Awesome, man.
Yeah, she came by for a little bit and then bounced. Her and her boyfriend are going to go out and
Very good, man.
get things going.
Very good. Hell yeah, dude. That's badass. Yeah, you know what? It's subsiding. The chip flavor now. It's subsiding real quick for me.
Yeah, it's definitely warm. My lips are a little numb. Once again, it's
Yeah.
not something I would eat.
Yeah, you're not
For
going to go
fun.
like we said. Yeah, we're not going to go in search of it. By
No,
any
if you're the
means.
guy who likes to go to Hooters on the weekend and get super hot wings and drink beer, it's something you'll like. But
Yeah.
it's definitely, as you can tell, we're not like freaking out or grasping and
No.
like looking for milk and all that stuff.
like the one I had, man.
What's up, Lisa Abernathy? My sister's joining us on
Right
Facebook
on,
live stream.
right on. What's happening, Lisa? So yeah, you know what, man? I was checking out a few things. Obviously, I'm a YouTube fanatic. That's where I kind of watch all my television and shows and stuff. Besides a few alternative sites that I'm able to check out.
Sure.
Right on. But man, do you guys remember? And this is going to kind of bounce off of last week. Figure 8 racing. Where they used to figure, and crash into each other. Did you guys ever go to the old?
Are you talking about the dirt track?
Yeah, the old dirt track figure 8
Yes,
racing.
it's kind of like a more advanced version of Crash Up Derby.
Yeah.
Crash Up Derby, for those who don't know, they line everybody up
Yep.
parallel, backwards, and they ran into each other until the vehicles break.
Yeah.
And then for the hardcore guys where that gets boring, they set up a figure 8 track, meaning that hypothetically people are going
At
to
some
collide at
point.
the crossover.
Yeah.
And then, so it's kind of like a more of a high-speed Crash Up Derby.
Yeah. The
Crash Up Derby with some driving skills.
Yeah, yeah. They got demolition derby, and then they set it up for the figure 8 and all that stuff. I was checking out some of these guys, insane. They're like all towing trailers and stuff now. So now it's getting real squirrely.
Yeah, they're like pulling like 1980s like
Airstreams or something. No, those are nice.
yeah, but like the
just,
meth wagons without the engines in them.
Exactly, the old Walter White wagon, man. Raging with those things. But I don't know. I kind of got into it, and I was like, check that out, man. I forgot how cool that really was. To go on a Saturday night and go watch these guys just fly around the track and just hammer the hell out of each other.
I came across a new show on Netflix. It's called Rust Valley Motors or Rust Valley Builders or something like that. It takes
Yeah.
place up in Canada. And it's just like every other show on Velocity Channel, but it's
Right,
on
yeah.
Netflix. And there's one episode where they do the Crash Up Derby thing,
Yeah.
but they weren't doing the figure 8 tracks. They were doing the standard Crash Up Derby.
Yeah, standard derby.
And they would go in, and obviously when you're doing a Crash Up Derby, you want to go find like a late 70s, early 80s tank.
Hell yeah, nice Lincoln.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
An old Skylark or something that
Yeah.
can take a beating, and that's what they were using. But that's I can't tell you the last time I seen any figure 8 racing.
Well, that's what I said. I said I thought that was a dying, it's dying sport, and
And it will be because more and more of those cars will be no longer be found in junkyards.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to find.
They're not making the tanks anymore.
No, not pure American Pittsburgh steel, man. You're not finding that sort of stuff. No way. But I was checking it out, and I thought, you know what, that is pretty damn cool. So I was thinking, you know what, me and D-Trade need to get together one of these nights, man. Maybe get some of the OG5 together that are local here, and I'll go to one of these. Because I think they have it out in, what is it? It's over there, either north of us, Punta Gorda, or out in Immokalee. I think they do it still, occasionally.
Yeah, I think I remember a while back hearing somebody talking about the fact that somebody's still out there doing those races.
Yeah, so, and they soup those cars up, man. They really, you got to doctor those things up with reinforced roll cage and all that sort of stuff. I don't think you're just out there in a standard
No,
car.
not at all. You're gonna put like a V6 or V8 with like a turbocharger in there and a larger radiator.
Oh yeah, man, and just just a little extra. So and they do a lot of driving in reverse. The old over the shoulder reverse. Everybody's hitting the trunk. Boom, boom. I don't know. I thought it was really cool, and I was like, damn, you know what? And the video came out of, it was 2017, and they had come out of, I believe, I want to say Kentucky is where they were doing it.
Okay.
Somewhere up there. I think it was Kentucky or Ohio is where they were doing it. And I said, man, that's just cool. I don't know. It just brought back some cool ass old memories, going, damn right, man. Uh-oh. Whoa.
I was taking off the jacket.
Whoa.
I'm not as cold as I was when I was outside waiting for you.
Well, what do you think? The chip might have...
Well, the chip, the TV,
yeah, that's true.
the overhead light, the LED floodlight,
right.
The 3 computers in the room.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true.
Temperature starts to pick up.
So, yeah, man. Dude, I'd like to do that. Because me and you've been talking about cars and looking at certain things and having a little, a project one of these days.
Well, the interesting thing I learned from watching that Rust City Builders or Rust Valley Builders, you have to reinforce the doors for safety.
Oh, yeah.
And so you either you have to weld obviously take the door panel off, you weld a piece of aluminum to the back and you fill them full of concrete.
What?
Or you get a big I-beam
and
weld it to the outside of the door so that the door doesn't get crushed in.
Yeah,
they want the trunk to get crushed in and then obviously the engine bay. But they want to secure the cab.
T-bone getting crippled.
Do they require you to pull a full roll cage in there?
I don't think they require you to put a full roll cage, but they do require you to use like a smaller gas can, and you have to put it like in the back seat.
Yeah, you're only allowed a couple gallons.
Yeah, so it doesn't get punctured and it doesn't blow up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty cool to watch that.
Yeah, I was just looking. Like I said, I thought, man, those were some pretty cool ass, the old days. That was kind of, I don't know. I just thought it was badass, man.
So if anybody watched the news today, you know that they had the big gun rally going on in Virginia.
I heard something about that.
Well, that's because the state is trying to outlaw pretty much guns.
Yeah.
And a lot of the counties are saying, hey, we're just going to make sanctuary cities and we're not going to enforce it. And so a bunch of people showed up. Unfortunately, they did on Martin Luther King Day, but let's be honest, that's when everybody has off work. Mm-hmm. And so you see, imagine that, a bunch of white people with guns showing up on a peaceful day to protest.
Right.
But
to be fair, there was actually a pretty diverse mix of people there.
Yeah.
I saw some photos that that covered the gamut, of ethnic backgrounds.
Well, I was snickering during when we were waiting for Dave to get here. I'm trying to find a story now. I was reading NBC wrote up a poll about it. I'm trying to find it now because they had a phrase in there.
Come on, man. You got to dig it up. Dig it up.
A tense Virginia rally. Gun rights activists vow their fight is just getting started. Richmond, Virginia. Thousands of gun right activists banned from carrying their weapons out of fear of violence crammed into the Virginia Capitol on Monday to urge lawmakers to reject sweeping measures to limit the spread of firearms. See how they use the word spread of firearms. The rally, planned for weeks as part of a citizen lobbying tradition held on Martin Luther King Day, has focused national attention on Virginia's attempt to enact a new gun regulation published by Democrats who took control over the state house for the first time in 26 years. Gun control supporters say they are acting on voters' wishes propelled by a mass shooting on May in Virginia Beach. Gun right proponents warn that the measures, including bills that would impose universal background checks, ban military-style rifles, and allow authorities to temporarily take guns from people deemed dangerous to themselves and or others, i.e. red flag laws, will snowball into attempts to disarm the public. We will not comply, activists chanted on both sides of the security fence running around the Capitol, because basically if you went inside the security fence on the front lawn of the Capitol, you couldn't have any firearms. If you had firearms, you had to stay on the outside, so both sides. About 22,000 people attended the rally, 6,000 on the Capitol Square, and 16,000 outside of the security gates, authorities said.
That's a nice showing.
Yeah.
In the day leading up to the rally, there were fears that it would be a repeat of the violent 2017 protest in Charlottesville that ended in a woman's death. Gun safety groups canceled an MLK Day vigil at the Capitol that was supposed to begin after the gun rights rally. But the rally itself was largely peaceful. What do you mean largely? I haven't heard a single story of any violence. So hey, NBC, why not use the word completely peaceful?
Yeah.
The rally was largely peaceful with no reported violence. So was it largely or was it completely peaceful?
It was
Right.
peaceful.
Despite the
period.
presence of some extreme groups, the potential participation had been cited as a reason for Governor Ralph Northam, a Democrat, to declare a state of emergency last week, banning guns and other weapons from the Capitol grounds. Police announced one arrest of a 21-year-old Richmond woman charged with wearing a mask in public after she allegedly ignored the officers warning her to remove the bandana that covered her face. That's some Antifa shit there.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I laughed is they had to point out the fact that it was predominantly white people.
Oh,
I'm trying
yeah.
to find the sentence, but yeah.
And the
They had to
word
do a little
spread.
virtue signaling, did they?
Yeah. Basically talking about it's a bunch of crackers.
Unreal, man. So that's the deal. They're trying to ban all
Pretty
weapons.
much.
That is insane, man. That is.
I tell you what, I would
that
like to
is-
see Coleon Noir get a bunch of like-minded people from his background and do a rally. I think that would be great.
Man, to take away somebody's firearm, or to have a state basically saying nobody, so it's only the police and military bases and everybody there. They're the only ones allowed to have firearms. That's crazy.
Well, even military bases.
Here it
are
is.
quite-
There were some signs of military members in the crowd Monday, but the rally seemed made up largely of ordinary gun right supporters, including many supporting shirts and hats proclaiming that their love for President Trump, and then made up largely of white people. But that's not the
Yeah.
reason I brought the story up. The reason I brought the story up is because we've talked about in the past that over in Great Britain,
Yeah.
over in England, that since guns are illegal, the assholes who wish to kill people just simply use
Knives.
knives.
Mm-hmm.
And so this story came out today. This is fun.
Uh-oh.
UK company to sell knives with square tips after sharp rise of knife crime. A cutlery company in England has designed a new line of kitchen knives with square tips in an effort to reduce the rising knife crime that has plagued the United Kingdom. The Verners firm, founded in Sheffield in 1908, created a sure range of blunt-tipped knives after knife-related crimes reached a record high in England and Wales last year. In October 2019, the BBC reported new figures had shown a 7% rise in knife crime, a record high. In months from June 2018 to June 2019, the data shows offenses involving knives or sharp instruments increased from 41,000 to over 44,000 in those 12 months. Quote, with knife-related crimes incidents at a record high and reported 285 fatalities in the last 12 months alone, the United Kingdom's government has taken a decision to reclassify kitchen knives as an offensive weapon with the new offensive
dear God,
Come on.
with the new Offensive Weapon Act of 2019, leading some retailers to remove single knives from their sales store. So you can still buy like a knife block with a whole series of knives, but you can't
Yeah.
buy a single knife.
But that would be an assault knife block, right?
Perhaps. The firm, in response of the new legislation, has designed a square-ended knife that are shaped to reduce or prevent injuries, accidents, or fatalities while still maintaining its functionality. Let's be honest. This knife company realized with these new mandates, they're going to start losing. They're going to start losing sales, so they are forced to do this so they can continue to sell knives. The knives were repeatedly tested to ensure the tips do not pierce the skins intentionally or otherwise.
Oh, come on.
Until somebody throws a grinder on it.
The
Yeah.
knives are available to order from Venner's website at a price ranging between $4.55 to $18.87. And we've talked about in the past,
Dude.
they actually have knife drop-off boxes around England
What?
trying to encourage people to drop their knives off.
Yep.
What happens when you go to a steakhouse?
That's what I was
Do you have to like
just
give your
about to
ID
say.
over to get some steaks to cut your, or do they like?
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your picture taken.
No, the maitre
Gotta
d'
do a
come out.
background check.
Do you think
Oh,
the
yeah,
maitre d' is going to come out and cut it for
Have
you
to
like
cut
you're a
it for you.
2-year-old?
Yeah, huh?
But then your meat gets cold.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
you got
what if I
Gordon
don't want
Ramsay
my
coming out
damn?
and cutting your steak for you?
Yeah, I don't want my meat cut right yet, man. You know?
Okay, so we got rid of the guns.
Uh-huh.
We passed legislation to get knives.
Uh-huh.
So the next thing would probably be, if I want to kill somebody, a hammer.
Yeah. I mean,
So then they're going to
you could use a
Watch those
fork.
flathead screwdrivers.
baseball
Sleep on them.
bats.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
We got to stop
Rope.
focusing on the weapon and start focusing on why the fuck people are
what's
having.
driving the mental breakdown for them to
Why is there
commit
no
the-
longer value in human life?
That's what I'm
the
saying.
key. That's the key
Well,
problem.
Yeah.
Let's think about that. Let's think about that. Look at the history of human beings. Has there really ever been a value?
There's been a larger
That
value.
is a good question. Because
I mean, think about it.
Well, in
we
civilized
see it more
society-
because of war and everything throughout, thousands and thousands of years. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is we see it. It's because of the 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah.
We're all connected instantly across the world. So it's perceived that's worse now than ever when there's been studies that shows that actually violence is down.
Yeah.
It's down way lower per 100,000 than the 80s.
Well, I mean, if we go back to the day, I mean, let's be honest, way back in the day, if you weren't part of my tribe,
Right.
I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, true.
And then if you weren't part of my country, I'm going to kill you and take your land.
Yeah.
Well, that's the tribal nature of humanity.
And then as civilized countries started to develop and civilization started to develop, we came up with diplomats and politics, and we started saying, hey, instead of just killing each other for land, let's work on treaties and all that. And and then we had civilized war back with the redcoats and all that, where they'd all stand out in a football field and people would watch them shoot each other.
Yeah, have coffee and tea.
So yes, with the exception of like the super insane Middle Eastern countries where people are getting their heads off for who they like to have sex with,
God, and
the religions they believe in. I mean, for the most part, with the exception of North Korea, majority of the countries are civilized enough that we still have murders, but they're the minority.
Yeah.
And Venezuela's a mess too, but that's a whole different.
Yeah. My neighbor, his we've spoke about this before. His wife's brother lives in Venezuela. Just went back there a few years ago. Man, he says it's a damn disaster down there.
Of course it is.
He said he said he pulled up at I guess some place because they couldn't find some meat or something. They were looking for food. And they had found a store somewhere, but they pulled up to the store, and by the time he went into the store and came out, they had drained all the oil out of his out of his block on his car.
That's worse than coming out and finding your tires up on blocks.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably the most modern example of what happens when the civilians get rid of their guns. Yeah, I've posted that before, and people say, well, that's genocide. Well, the genocide was able to happen because...
Hello, we lose him? Oh, there he is.
Oh,
there you are.
That was weird. But yeah, the genocide happened because people had to turn over their guns.
Yeah.
It's just a modern example of it.
And other countries, they look at us like we are crazy because, the America does like firearms, I think, a majority, right? I mean, Europeans look at us because it's the gun laws over there are tough, right? To get a firearm, personal firearm.
Well, you can't have firearms. If you're a World War II reenactor in Europe, if you have a gun with a working firing pin, i.e., that you can shoot blanks, as soon as the reenactment is over, you literally have to take your M1 Garand that you personally own and take it to the town's armory and turn it in so it can be locked away.
Wow.
You cannot have access to your own firearm.
Wow.
Now, is it Switzerland where they actually require you to have at least one gun?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Pretty chill country.
Yeah. Well, but that's where they had that mass shooting on that island with the kids during that camp retreat.
Sweden.
Oh, okay. Sweden.
Well, don't come. And by the way, real quick, I just checked. We're always giving love to the people on the Facebook live stream. There's quite a few people on the YouTube live stream. So, mad props to you. And we know Periscope's always coming in strong. Hopefully, you guys enjoying the new the fancy camera stuff.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
That's just one more thing for me to have to do during the show. I'm the one switching the cameras back and forth. But hey, I hope you enjoy that.
I thought it was like on a little loop or something.
No, because otherwise you can randomize it, but then it would be like right now I'm talking, but it would just switch to you and you're just not talking.
I got you. Yeah, and if I'm not saying anything, got it.
Yeah. But anyhow, no, I was talking about a guy this weekend at the reenactment we were kind of talking about, and I had no intention for this whole show to be about guns, and I know not everybody's in a farm, so we can move on. But real quick, it's all lack of education.
Oh, absolutely.
When my dad was in high school in the 50s, they had firearm training classes in school.
Wow.
Because half the people were hunters.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
We had gun safety in middle school and elementary school in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
I didn't have the firearm there.
Well, it's because everybody were fucking farmers.
True. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Farmers, hunters. Yeah,
this nation was founded on firearms. Not only did we fend off the fucking redcoats.
Yeah.
And defend our land, but every farmer for hunting,
Mm-hmm.
for acquisition of food,
Yeah.
and defending their families from weirdos out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. Wolves.
From the time you're old enough to walk, you will learn to fear and respect firearms because your dad's shotgun was hanging on the wall or leaning up near the
Sitting
front
in the
door.
corner. Yep. Right.
And
Absolutely.
so, you were educated starting on an early age to respect and to understand the fear and, the power of firearms.
And yeah, the purpose of the weapon itself. Yeah. Wow, man. That's just crazy. No knives, no guns. What the hell? Like you
Well,
say,
I do-
no baseball bats, no nothing. We're
nothing.
no fun no more.
Can't have nothing
So-
nice.
No.
Real quick, before we pivot all the way off of guns, I
Pivot.
did see a fantastic movie this weekend.
Yeah.
If you're into any kind of war or history,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
see 1917.
Oh yeah.
It is very good. It's very well filmed. It's only one camera.
That's what I was about to say. I heard the rumor on that is they
But-
made it look like one shot. The whole film looks like one continuous shot.
Sure.
Yep. So, but it's not shaky. It's actually very smooth. They'll actually pan out to some bigger areas,
Uh-huh.
but with that one camera. What I was impressed with the most was its portrayal of the trench warfare of World War I and how the trenches were built and how zigzaggy they were and they were named and this and that. But it's a very good movie to see.
Hmm.
It's based on two main characters, but check it out.
So
Anybody who is interested in a little bit of history, even a little fictional history, although this is a story that was told about World War I and passed down, it's fantastic, and I can't suggest seeing it enough.
Yeah, Carrie and I were talking about going out and seeing it today, but we didn't have enough time between, Katie's birthday and Nugget was going out with her aunt to get things. I think she got a pedicure and her eyebrows done today, but yeah, we didn't have
very
time to
cool.
go out and see it.
Yeah, it's up for a lot of Oscars, man. So it's yeah, from what I hear. You guys
Now,
are
for
right.
those of you who want to introduce your children to history in World War One, but you don't want them to see the horrors of war in 1917, and they don't have the attention span for that. About 2 years, a movie came out, independent movie came out. It's a cartoon called Sergeant Stubby, and it's based on a true story, and it's a great little cartoon, and it shows what happened during World War One. And the craziest thing, and I think you and I talked about this before, the craziest thing about World War One is how it ended.
Yeah.
They knew that a peace treaty was going to be signed, and they went ahead and signed a peace treaty. But much like a paycheck, it was post-dated and post-timed. And so and forgive me, I'm a World War II guy, I'm not a World War I guy, so I don't know the
Right.
exact date. But based on the date, it was going to end at noon.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they knew this, for some reason, they still sent out guys to get a few jabs in.
Carry out, yeah, a little.
And so there's guys who went out and fought and died like at 11:30.
Oh my god!
Even though they knew this thing was going to, at noon, the whistle was going to blow and
Yeah.
the shit was over. But people still died for no reason.
the old treaty, Treaty of Versailles?
Yep,
what?
Treaty of Versailles,
Yep.
which is what led to World War II.
Yeah, man, that is just oof, crazy ass shit, man.
What do you got on your list of shit over there, fella? I see
Well,
got
you
a
know what?
whole thing.
Well, yeah, I've got, I've be honest with you, over the weekend at the Bacon Fest, I got
or the lack thereof.
the lack thereof of it was it should just be called Fest
Food
at this
fest?
point. Yeah, Food Fest.
Food truck palooza.
Yeah, exactly. Food
those
truck
chips? I don't know. I
palooza.
don't even know what
You
they're
want to? You really want to enjoy one of those? All right.
My lips aren't numb anymore.
All right. But I was just I drink beer, man. I'm a drinker, right? I like beer, and I was just amazed at the amount of I don't know. It's day drinking, I guess, is where I run into an
Oh, you
issue.
just reminded me of a good day drinking story. Go ahead.
Okay, and it's the day drinking and full on sun, and how fast people get loaded, in the sun day drinking, man, because it's different than maybe in a cooler environment. But there were some people out there, man. I mean, they were having a good time. God bless them. I'm glad they had a damn good time. But a lot of dancing and stuff going on. But that damn day drinking, I don't know if I can do it anymore, man. I don't know. Maybe a beer or two on the boat. But no, man, no. I think my day drinking days are over.
Well, there's a professional day drinker who goes to the Circle K with no gas pumps over by the Act Computers
Oh yeah, that
building.
one.
And she's one of these people who floss around town with the big, like beach tires on her bike.
Oh yeah,
Even though she's
yeah.
riding on the sidewalk, which means it takes more power and more energy to.
Get the bike going.
But it's like, you realize if you weren't spending your days drinking, because she's always either buying natty ice.
Oh yeah.
That's all she can afford because she has no job because she's busy day drinking.
Well, let's see. The old 32 ounces are $1 or like $1.40.
It's just like, don't you have more desire for better things in life?
To do something a little,
Drink at night. Go out and get a job. Then you can afford better beer.
Better beer.
You can afford a car instead of riding around the bike with the beach tires with the basket on front to put your beer in.
Yeah, instead of one beer, you might get 4 beers.
Yeah, it's just,
Or a
I don't know.
12-pack.
I look, if you like drinking, I know you're alcoholics.
Yeah. I love
it. Just I don't know. I think it's sad and it just drives me nuts when I see these day drinkers just wasting away.
Bro, man.
And they always look so much older than they should.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. I ran into a mother, daughter, grandmother trio. Just were kind of hounding on me this weekend at the festival.
Hey, you sexy mother!
Oh
come
God!
give me a kiss.
Oh yeah! I'm going back to Indiana. Won't you come party with us? But I
would you
watched
say that they were
moist?
Oh, they were very.
Superior galactic grandma after eating a block of cheese, smoking 3 packs of cigarettes, and drinking a quart of milk. Disgusting. That's the word.
Yep. Yep. And their T-shirts and everything else were very
moist.
And so I kept watching them walk up, and they'd all take their turns going up to the beer truck and liquor dispenser, and I watched them get there, set up their chairs, and they got their first drink. And it couldn't have been two hours, and then that's when, the T-shirts come off, and now they're in bikini tops and all this, and I'm talking mom, daughter, grandma,
and grandma's bikini.
So you can see the progression of the.
Yes, you're looking at the whole lineage of that female side of the family there, man.
And grandma's bikini tops preventing her boobs from touching the ground.
Oh, bro! I was just like, wow. But it was funny because I'd talk to him periodically, and it was just slowly but surely just getting more and more and more loaded. But it happened, yeah. Woo! Yeah, play that guitar, woo! And
up there dancing around in circles, doing like their 1980s dance.
And not only that, low riding. The 3 girls, women, I guess, I don't know. The daughter probably was in her mid-20s, and then so on and so forth. Dude, bro, I'm talking the whole down on the ground.
Why don't you stand up and give us
okay, here.
Show us.
It's the whole deal, dude. The whole deal. All right, where should I go?
Just right there, man.
Right here?
Break it down.
Okay, so the band's playing, the band's getting down, right? And they're dancing, they're grooving, they're getting it, and then all of a sudden, that's when that ass starts shaking, and then they start getting low.
You're off the camera. To the window.
All right, sorry, here we go.
To the walls.
Yeah.
To the sweat drip down your balls. All them females crawl.
So they're shaking. It's just and all three of them just getting low, and I'm just laughing. Oh yeah, they were. Oh, they were completely. And you know what, man? I never saw them go to the restroom.
It's because they're pissing in their pants.
I guess, man. Or are they planned it out?
Or are they sloshing around in puddles?
No, they might have planned it right and wore Depends, man. All 3 of them, because
apparently that's what people do when they go to the New Year's Eve.
Oh hell yeah!
Down in New York.
Yeah, Times Square.
How bad do you gotta love New Year's Eve to spend 8 hours, 12 hours, probably longer than that, 24 hours, asshole to elbow, sometimes 5 below zero, pissing in adult diapers?
Yeah, fuck that.
Which mean if you have your
Like,
kids
how
down
bad
there,
you
the
wanna
whole
be there?
family's in diapers.
So true, man. So
No, I don't.
true.
I've never worn adult diapers. I would assume. How many, Gordon? Could you look up how many gallons or pints of urine can Depends hold before they have to be changed?
Yeah,
Because that's not a one-stop shop. You're not going to
No.
piss one time in 12 hours.
No way. No way. Yeah. You're drinking. You're hanging out. You've got, man. Okay, let's take a guess. Hold on.
I got an
Let's
answer.
take a
All
guess.
right, we're gonna play guess.
Yeah, let's guess.
Okay,
Let's
we're gonna
guess.
play
Let's all guess. Okay, I'm going. Okay.
Okay, are we going to go gallons or pints
Oh God.
or liters?
No, I think you should go
Quarts?
with ounces or cups.
Ounces or cups? Okay, that's your recommendation because you've got info in front of you. Okay, ounces or cups? Ounces or
It still don't sound
cups?
enough. If you're outside, because the reason you wear adult underwear because you can't get to a restroom, you're going to lose
Yeah.
your spot.
Exactly.
And so if you're talking cups, I've never urinated in a measuring cup before,
No.
so I don't know how many cups I can blow out.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 5 cups.
Ooh, that's a good one. 5 cups. I'm okay.
For those of you playing along at home, how many
yeah.
cups do you think
Depends
can hold?
of urine. Okay, you're saying 5 cups. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with 8.
8 cups.
8
That's a
cups.
lot of-
That's a lot of urine, but they're also very absorbent, and they're big. I'm going with 8 cups.
Well, tell you what, you got to think about Depends and just all that weight down there and
Yeah.
how much a cup truly is.
Yeah, they're gonna start sagging.
So I've got a couple of answers here. One is from absorbsp.com.
Uh-huh.
It is an incontinence product questions. And they're saying that they can hold, and D-Train, you're just about on target,
Oh,
between 3 and 4.5 cups of urine.
wow.
However, there is a company called Molicare Super Plus adult diapers that can hold up to 50 ounces. So just think how
Whoa.
big a 32 ounce
Yeah.
is.
I'm trying to Google how heavy an adult diaper is with 4 cups of urine, but I'm not finding an answer.
How much is it gonna weigh?
Yeah.
Well, there's 8 ounces in a cup, right?
Yeah.
So there's 16 ounces in 2. You can go from there. There's your 32 ounces for 4 cups. So it's more than that. So
How
you imagine
much
going to
does-
7-Eleven, you're getting your big gulp. That's
Yeah.
32 ounces. That's a lot of freaking urine.
That is a lot of urine. That thing is sagging, man.
Oh yeah.
Sagging. But then you could get smart, bro. You know, like me, what I would do is I would throw extra like absorbent liners in there, or maybe throw a couple of like tampons. You know?
So walking around with a burrito between his legs.
You know? Just going ahead and start, reinforcing the Depends themselves. Yeah, bro.
So you're
Damn.
thinking about your next day drinking.
Well, 1 cup of water weighs a half a pound.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it started getting a little heavy.
That's getting, you're starting to carry
That's-
that's some luggage, man. That is
It
some
is
luggage.
definitely.
And that's your equipment resting
Yeah, I know.
And
And
dirty for 12 or longer. And that's assuming you don't drop a deuce.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm sorry, New Year's Eve is not worth all that.
No, not at all.
It's not.
Not at all.
Especially if you're out there partying and drinking. If you're drinking, your diaper is rupturing. There's all there is to it.
Yeah.
You're making a couple of changes anyway.
That's fucking
Absolutely.
gross.
Speaking of gross, real quick, man, have you heard, not to change it too quick, but it does have to do with, like, bodily parts. Have you heard about the soy challenge?
No.
Oh, man.
The soy challenge.
The soy challenge.
Before you get into that, let's just real quick. This
All
episode of the Waterman and D-Train
Yeah.
show, before we gross everybody out and lose all of our viewers,
Woo!
is brought to you by our friends at Act Computers. Act Computers has been providing IT service for all of Southwest Florida since 2004. Whether you're in a business or just a residential client, give them a call. They can manage your network, to fix all your broken computers. I've been doing a lot of laptop motherboard replacements lately, broken laptop screens. The hinges on laptops tend to break if you actually open and close your laptops a lot. But give them a call. And right now, between now and the end of February, give them a call at 239-283-1120. Say the word podcast, and they will give you 7 cents a gig per month for the entire year 2020 to back up all of your data, so all your data will be safe. Using their online backup 239-283-1120 at computers. And real quick,
This week on the Fail to Fail podcast, we sit down with author of Fitness Confidential plus director of Fat the Documentary, Vinny Tortorich.
And by the way, I never thought the movie could get done. I said, okay, Mr. Smart Guy, where's the money going to come from to do said movie? Oh, we'll crowdfund it. And I started smiling because I knew there was no way in hell that anyone would ever give me a dime.
Yep.
We went out there and set up an Indiegogo, and we were asking for $150,000. Corolla told me, he goes, you're going to need like $250,000. And I went, I'm not going to even get the 150, so we're good.
Yep.
And we ended up getting $250,000.
Nice.
You know, we went way past what anyone thought we were going to get. And then I looked around and went, shit,
now I got to do this thing.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I was just expecting it to just kind of all go away.
And you can find the Fail to Fail podcast at failtofail.com, Apple Podcasts, Google Music, everywhere fine podcasts are downloaded. Before the world went woke, we would call our buddies gay or any other variation of the term gay, such as fairy, panty waist, light and loafers, fag, faggot, limp-wristed, shit dick, fudge packer, cocksucker, cum guzzling dandy, knob gobbler, pillow biter, salad tosser, or lover of show tunes. And even the homosexuals among us knew they were terms of endearment. Before the world went woke. Yes, for those of you who listen to the Adam Carolla podcast, that is the same Vinny Tortorich. He was nice enough to come on to the Fail to Fail podcast to talk about no sugar, no grains, how to lose weight, how to get a better health, how diet soda and bad food impact your health, as well as promoting his movie Fat the Documentary. And that was a huge score for me on that podcast. So thanks so much for Vinny coming on that show. But anyhow, back to your
the soy.
So hold on, Dave. I'm looking this up and I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Okay, because it's just
it's a soy boy challenge.
No, it's just cranking up, and it doesn't even have to just. They called it the soy challenge. What did it? Okay, here's the deal. Apparently, guys are dipping their ball sacks in soy sauce, and apparently
teabagging soy sauce.
Teabagging soy sauce. Now, reason being is some of these guys are saying they can taste the soy by dipping their ball sacks in it. So now it's gone.
If someone's performing oral on them.
Well, if it's the opposite, right? But supposedly you can taste it. So now they are taking it to another level, and people are literally dipping their ball sacks in every kind of Thousand Island dressing and let's say Tapatio hot sauce. So people are starting to do this, man, and I'm trying to figure out,
All right, coming in from Men's Health,
maybe I should try
Australia. I think we got something here.
I'm telling you, you can taste food through your ball sack.
According to this, people on TikTok are dipping their testicles in soy sauce to see if they can taste it.
See?
So, again, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
You remember that from that was from the Upright Citizens Brigade TV show on MTV back in the day.
Yeah.
You may remember half those guys later on in their career as being the cast of Reno 911.
Yeah, man. Kick-ass show. So I'm wondering how out of control the old ball sack dipping's going to get, man. What are the, I mean,
well, if Tide Pods and
right,
all the other BS out there has gotten carried away, I'm sure this will hit a fevered pitch within a month.
Have they? I mean, it just doesn't seem like you could taste it. I don't know. Who knows?
Why don't you go home and try it out? Why don't you go ahead and test it for the on behalf of the Waterman and D-Train
show audience? Go on ahead and go home and
have some testes.
Yeah,
Gordon, you ready to do some news?
That is, let's
change the subject.
I'm sorry,
Joining us now from the Digital 410 West News Desk in Las Vegas, Nevada, Gordon Abernathy.
Hey, Gordon, how we doing tonight?
Yeah, dude.
We've gone from guns to dipping testicles in soy sauce, so we might as well move on with the absurd. This is a little bit of a follow-up story. Remember the pigeons with the hats?
Yep.
Well, the one that was wearing the cowboy hat has passed away.
Oh.
Las Vegas Animal Rescues have this is coming in from the AP. Las Vegas Animal Rescuers has confirmed that one of the 3 hat-wearing pigeons that gained popularity on social media has died. Lofty Hopes Pigeon Rescue employees said that fumes from the glue used to affix a hat could have poisoned Billy the Pidge.
Aww.
So, according they did pull off this hat, but they think because pigeons have a fragile respiratory system,
Yes.
and some of the feathers had to be trimmed, it may have unfortunately led to the demise, or fortunately, because I'm not a pigeon lover, of this bird.
Well, the way the birds work, birds do not have lungs like we do. They have air sacs, and they have 2. Actually, they have 2, and so they breathe. It actually goes through both of them. So, like when we breathe in a fume, it goes in for a few seconds, comes back out. When a bird breathes in, it actually stays in like almost 3 to 4 times longer than what we deal with.
That's no good. But on the heels of this little thing going on in Vegas with the hats, Reno, Nevada, from the AP, a pigeon wearing a tiny sombrero was found in Reno. So we have gone from Clark County up to Reno, and it was discovered following sightings of its cowboy hat-wearing cousins in Vegas, according to a city manager. So they tweeted about the bird Wednesday, saying it's quirky and fun, but still inhumane. This is the first known sighting of hat-wearing birds in the region. Washoe County, according to Washoe County Animal Services. The sighting comes in obviously after the cowboy hat-wearing pigeons in Vegas, and it looks like people are kind of following along and trying to do this. And again, not a fan of pigeons, but don't mess with the birds. Plus, you don't know what you'll end up catching.
People are stupid.
Buddy, say shit. If this gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Hey. That's great, man. Beastie Boys opened that one.
Actually, Beastie Boys took that from a man named Mantan Moreland. It's actually a 2.5-minute joke. That's the punchline to this joke.
I knew it was going to be that kind of party.
I almost dig my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Oh, Don, you've been watching the first couple episodes of Top Dog, right?
Uh-huh.
What was your favorite dog so far?
The pit bull. Well, my favorite dog is Duke, who's been featured on the What's the Scuttlebutt podcast multiple times. And for the people who watch Duke on the second episode of Top Dog, you'll see that he failed miserably on the part where he had to pull the tennis balls down to release the drop ramp. And where he didn't fail per se, his training failed him because Ed was trying to get him to focus, and Ed dropped to one knee, which was a bad choice on Ed's part because Duke not only is a narcotics officer and a movie star, but he's also an Instagram model. And so majority of the photos of Duke and Ed on Instagram is Ed is on one knee, and then Duke puts both his feet up and kind of get up on him. And so when Ed dropped down to one knee, you'll see Duke try and jump. He's not trying to jump in his lap. He's trying to put his feet on his leg to get in his. That's the pose that they do. Like if you go to his Instagram page, 75% of the photos is Ed on his knee with Duke having both his feet on his leg. And so Ed dropped down to try to get, because it was a low roof, and try to get him to focus on the ball. But as soon as he dropped down on one knee, it was over. Duke kept trying to get into their pose, if you will.
So we know Duke's your all-time favorite, but you like the pit bull.
I like that little pit bull. He was hauling ass. He was the underdog. He's not a professional. For those who've never seen the show, think of like it's a spinoff from Life PD. It's an obstacle. It's basically a challenge for dogs. Not quite American Ninja Warrior, but they send them through obstacles, and they usually have 2 or 3 canine police dogs, or trained dogs, and they have what they call the underdog, which is somebody who just trains their dog. They're not professionals. They're not police dogs. Right. And on the episode of Duke, Duke's who was a Doberman. You had like 2 German Shepherds, another dog that's similar to a German Shepherd, and then this pit bull. And the pit bull, he basically went through the obstacle course. He was faster than all the police dogs, but where he failed was the actual locating and signing on the drug sniffing. He still got it done, but he didn't get it done as fast as the police dogs.
Yeah, didn't catch it as quick.
Well, and that's a great story. And to help that breed along, there is a pit bull in New Jersey that has become the first pit bull to become an arson detecting canine officer. So Hansel is a 4-year-old pup known for his cheery energy and constant kisses. He graduated from training on Friday, officially becoming a member of the Millville Fire Department. He's extremely excited. According to Tyler Van Leer, a Millville firefighter and also Hansel's handler, and whatever I ask him to do, are you ready to go to work, and bring out the harness, he starts doing laps around the crate. So this dog was actually rescued from a dog fighting ring.
Oh, damn, man.
In Ontario, Canada, when he was only 7 weeks old. So the global campaign called Save the 21 was created to fight against the euthanization of 21 dog fighters, including Hansel's mom, who was rescued from that ring. So 5 of these rescued dogs, including Hansel and his sister Gretel, were taken to the Throw Away Dogs Project, a nonprofit organization in Philadelphia that rescues these unique dogs and trains them to become canines all over the country. If Hansel had not been rescued, he and his sister would have become fighting dogs. According, I'm going to screw that one up.
Well, that's all right. You broke up again anyhow.
Dropped out a little bit there.
Yeah. So anyway, he was trained with throwaway dogs for about a year before enrolling in the 16-week canine academy with his handler, and became a certified arson detecting canine officer. So that is a great story.
Hell yeah, man.
One with a ending with these, these unfortunate dogs. But one of his single-purpose detection dogs means he can identify ignitable liquids such as kerosene, gasoline, and diesel.
Yeah, yeah.
So fantastic.
Very cool, man.
Sounds good. You still
Malaysia.
Start over. You're breaking up. Your signal's sucking tonight for some reason.
Is that better?
Yep.
So Malaysia sending back to trash. He said they will not become the world's waste bin.
Talking about all the computer shit we send over there?
Yeah.
Something like that. Malaysia sent back 150 containers of plastic waste to 13 predominantly rich countries since the third quarter of last year, with the environmental minister warning on Monday that those who want to make the country a rubbish bin can dream on.
Good for them.
So the shipments of... Go ahead.
Said good for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shipments of the unwanted rubbish was rerouted to Southeast Asia since China banned the import of plastic waste in 2018. But Malaysia and other developing countries are going to fight back. And at this point, they turned back 3,737 metric tons, or that's 4,120 U.S. tons of waste, following strict enforcement at key Malaysian ports. And of those 150 containers, 43 returned to France, 42 to the United Kingdom. Any guess on the United States?
Hopefully none. We got enough of our own goddamn landfills.
17.
Wow.
Okay.
11 to Canada, 10 to Spain, and the rest to Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, Portugal, China, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Lithuania, and the list goes on.
On and on.
So,
wow.
As we know, trash is definitely an issue with landfills. I'm sure the only hills in Florida are probably that landfill areas.
That sucks.
Yeah, there's one. So, there's a landfill real quick up in Jacksonville, Florida, out by the beach, man, and it's things. Believe it or not, it's like a mountain in the middle of nowhere, and now they've turned it into a freaking park.
That's great. What else you going to turn it into? There's one in Franklin County, Ohio. They turned it into a golf course.
But the stank that's still coming up through the ground, bro.
Yeah, they burn it off.
Yeah, you got those methane stacks out
there.
Yeah. So one final story.
Go ahead.
The Google CEO calls for regulation of artificial intelligence.
They're the one creating the shit.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Exactly, right? So coming in from the AP in London.
Sound like they're trying to protect their investment.
Something.
Exactly. Sorry about that. Google's chief executive called Monday for a balanced approach to regulating artificial intelligence, telling European audience that the technology brings benefits, but also negative consequences. Yeah, we've all seen Terminator. Sandra Pichai's comment comes as lawmakers and governments seriously consider putting limits on how artificial intelligence is used. And this is a quote: "There is no question in my mind that artificial intelligence needs to be regulated. The question is how to best approach it." according to his transcript of the speech at a Brussels-based think tank. And he's right, because, not to sound crazy, and we've watched too many movies, it just, there's always a balance.
Dude,
right?
every time
So
I
you got
see the
good,
video
what's
of
the
those
bad?
robotic dogs, it scares the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Ones that open the door.
Oh, those-
Yeah.
Yeah, there's ones from Boston,
Mhm, Boston,
like MIT and that,
yep.
Boston College. Oof.
Well, how about
Those
all
are just creepy looking.
the police droids, man, on college campuses now running around,
Yep.
You seen those? Those are pretty wild.
Thank you so much, Gordon, for your news. Real quick, OG5, thank you guys so much for your continued support. And if you guys want to be OG5, you know who you are. But please, you want to support the show and the YouTube channel and everything we do, please go to d-410.com, click on the Patreon link, and join the $1 a month club.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. If you want to join a $7.50 and get the free T-shirt, fantastic.
Hell yeah.
We would love it if you guys just join the $1 a month club. Literally go there. It's not going to take $12 out of your account and send you an overdraft. It'll take $1 a month out each month. If you don't want to sign up for Patreon, you don't want to give us money, that's cool. Just go to Amazon. Actually, d-410.com. Click on the Amazon link, and whenever you shop on Amazon, they will save up all those. And all those add up to dollars, and after about 3 months, they will send us all those dime, quarters, nickels, and pennies in the form of dollars, and that'll help support the show. So if you don't want to sign up for Patreon, I get it. You don't want to send me money, that's cool, I get it. Sign up for, use the Amazon link, and it won't cost you anything extra on top of your purchase. You won't even know. Just save that Amazon link on your desktop, your toolbar, anywhere you need to save it. Anywhere you got to do it.
Yeah, man.
Please use that Amazon link. It definitely helps, gets us cameras so we can do cool thing.
Just
Oh,
keep
I haven't done
updating.
this one yet. Here's for the OG5 that's been sticking around long. Ooh,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at that. We got split screen going now. You can
Check
see
it
Dave
out.
and me and Gordon all at the same time.
Damn right.
High flute. And so if you want to continue to support not only this show, the OG5 supports the Fail to Fail podcast, the What's the Scuttlebutt podcast, and in case you didn't know, the Patreon subscribers know, they have their own podcast.
Oh.
They have the What's in Your Head podcast.
Yeah.
And we do about one of those every 2 weeks.
That's bitching, man.
If you want to hear the What's in Your, you think we talk about crazy stuff on here? We really get into some secret stuff on there. If you want access to the What's in Your Head podcast, go to d-410.com. Click on that Patreon link. Sign up for the $1 a month club, the $3.50. Anyhow, whenever we put a new episode of the What's in Your Head podcast, you'll get an email, and you just listen to it right off of the email or the app. Listen to it through your browser, download it, do whatever you want with it. And then there you go. Once you download it, I guess we can't prevent you from letting non-subscribers listen to it. But it's out there, and if you want to have access to it, it costs you $1 a month minimum. So please go to d-410.com. Click on that link.
Love it.
So, fellas, we're going to wrap up this bad boy or what?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you?
Gordon's late for dinner.
Yeah,
Dave is
sorry,
late
Gordon.
for work. Gordon, where can people find you?
Can be found at Aegis1974 on Instagram. And you guys have a great week. We will talk to you next Sunday or Monday.
Go to d-410.com. We have a social media page that has the links to everybody's stuff. You can find all Gordon's stuff. You can find all my stuff. You can find Dave's one page. So if you want to find all of our social media, follow us on social media, what have you, go to d-410.com. There's a social media link. Click on there. There's a page that has a link to every one of our pages. Life is short. Life is hard. Go out and do what you got to do to accomplish your goals, accomplish your dreams, support your family, contribute to your community, because one day you may wake up dead. Dave.
Damn right. Hey, once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting us, and definitely with the Patreon thing, that is really stoked. It helps us upgrade and get new equipment to bring you better and just badass content, and just thank everybody. And hey, you know what? Have a stoked rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. See ya.